Is it crazy to say that Alabama's time of dominating the SEC, dominating college football, is it crazy to say finally their dynasty is over? It may be crazy, but I think I'm going to say it today. And Mike Locksley, the head football coach of the Maryland Terrapins, says, we need a salary cap in college football. Welcome to episode 201 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, if you need just a little bit of extra college football content to get you through the days, to get you through the nights, subscribe to our channel. Smash that like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. First, let's hit the Mike Locksley, Maryland's head football coach, pitches a salary cap for college football by Wilton Jackson of Sports Illustrated. I'm going to read the article. I'm going to give you my thoughts. Please give your thoughts in the comment section below the video. As conference realignment and the rise of name, image, and likeness have brought sweeping changes within the college football landscape, Maryland coach Mike Locksley feels that the sport should take it a step further and institute a salary cap, pointing to the Big Ten's $7 billion TV rights deal signed last summer. Locksley suggested using that money to supplement programs' recruiting efforts on Wednesday, and that the league should adopt a similar structure to the NFL. We signed a $1 billion TV deal in the Big Ten, Locksley told RJ Young of Fox Sports. Let's take $25 million out of that and give it to every school. That's your salary cap. That's what you recruit with. You manage it how you see fit, which is similar to what the NFL does with their salary cap. Locksley believes that incorporating such a drastic approach would go a long way in creating parity in a sport that's long been rife with financials inequities. I like to see us go to that salary cap where everybody has the same money to pay a player and we don't have these big gaps between the haves and the have-nots, Locksley said. Let's really see what college football is all about when we're playing all with the same type of restrictions or the same type of resources. Locksley hopes to continue to elevate Maryland's program, especially with the addition of USC and UCLA joining the Big Ten in 24, the same year that Oklahoma and Texas will enter the SEC. But as the transfer portal, NIL, and collectives continue to affect recruiting within college football, Locksley believes that the players need to be the priority. We'll put down the whole article, provide a link in the description box below the video. What do you think about Locksley's idea of a salary cap? First of all, none of this can happen without a collective bargaining agreement between someone who represents the players and someone who represents the schools and or the conferences. So, yes, at some point, these student athletes are going to become professional. They're going to get paid directly by the school and the conference or both. We've been talking about that at Peek Around the Corner since episode number 1. And here we sit on episode 201 with Locksley talking about a salary cap. A hard structure salary cap, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon like the NFL has. Schools that have the advantage of resources are going to continue to have those advantages going forward even when the players are professional. But there are going to be money. There's going to be money. Let's just focus in on the Big Ten because that's what Locksley was doing. There's going to be money for those schools to be able to recruit, try to negotiate a contract with student athletes at the high school class and get them to sign on. This is going to help the student athletes. This is for higher compensation. This is also going to help the schools manage their rosters. You're not going to be able to poach a student athlete from another school if he's under contract with that school. There can be 1-year contracts, 2-year contracts, 3-year contracts with an option, a player option, just like in the professional leagues. It's coming here in college football. I don't know about a hard salary cap, so to speak, like they have in the NFL and the NBA, but nonetheless, the time is a-changing, more changes coming, and at some point, there's going to be a collective bargaining agreement between the student athletes in the schools and or conference. So Loxley, a lot of what he says, we agree with. Salary cap, hard salary cap, I don't know about that. Now to the big story, to the huge story. Tyler Buckner heading to Alabama. Holy smokes, it happened. Pete Thamel this morning inherited transfer quarterback Tyler Buckner, who left Notre Dame early this week, is headed to Alabama. He announced his decision on Twitter late Thursday morning. Buckner loomed as the best available quarterback in the NCAA transfer portal in this late spring football period. And his transfer is an attempt to address the glaring need for Alabama at quarterback. He's expected to have 3 seasons of eligibility remaining. Buchner began last season as Notre Dame's starting quarterback before getting injured in the season's second game. He returned for the Gator Bowl, accounting for 5 touchdowns in Notre Dame's 45-38 win over South Carolina. He also had 3 picks, 2 pick-6 throws in that game. There's Tyler Buckner's Twitter account. He put out a tweet saying that he's going to Alabama. Buckner flew to Alabama and visited the school Wednesday. He brought an obvious familiarity with offensive coordinator Tommy Reese, who recruited him to Notre Dame. Reese is in his first season as Alabama's offensive coordinator, and he inherited an inexperienced quarterback room with the departure of Bryce Young to the NFL. According to a source, Buckner came away from his meeting with Nick Saban impressed. Buckner had other visits lined up, a source said, but canceled them because Saban and Alabama put forth such a strong impression. Saban had offered Buckner out of Helix High School in Southern California. So Saban liked him before he went to Notre Dame. Keep that in mind. Where Buckner emerged as ESPN's number 41 overall recruit in the class of 2021. Buckner committed to Notre Dame in March of 2019. Buckner's arrival comes in the wake of an Alabama spring game where Jalen Milroe and Ty Simpson struggled heavily. Jalen Milroe went about 18 of 37. Ty Simpson went 12 of 26. They both struggled big time. After the game, Saban gave them middling endorsements and left the door open for a quarterback transfer. Milroe is a dual threat quarterback who started in place of an injured Young in a 24-20 win over Texas A&M in October. He rushed for 81 yards in that game and threw for 111 yards and 3 touchdowns. Simpson appeared just in 3 games for the Tide last season, but arrived as ESPN's number 2 dual threat quarterback recruit, number 34 overall recruit. First of all, Tyler Buckner going to Alabama. Never thought I was going to say that. Now, Tyler Buckner has barely played at all with Notre Dame. So maybe I'm overreacting. Let's take a look at his statistics. Let's take a look at Mr. Buckner's statistics here. 2021, barely played, 21 completions, 35 attempts, 298 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. And then he was going to be the starting quarterback. He was a starting quarterback at the start of the season. He got injured. But in those first 2 games, he didn't look that impressive to me. He ended the season 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 121 rating. So overall in his career, very short career, right? 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. But he really has not impressed me yet. He's got some physical tools, but really for Alabama, I think they're making a reach. We at Peek Around the Corner thought that Nick Saban made the mistake of hiring Tommy Reese. Notre Dame's offenses always look clunky to me at Peek Around the Corner under Tommy Reese. There didn't seem to be any rhythm or reason to what he was calling. Now I understand that Saban, it's his offensive structure. It's his offensive philosophy that Tommy Reese has to call the plays under. So maybe we'll see some growth. Maybe we'll see some improvement. But Tyler Buckner with Tommy Reese, Boy, I do not think that combination, it didn't work at Notre Dame. I don't think it's going to work at Alabama. I really think Alabama's dynasty is over. I think Nick Saban, I know this is dangerous to say because he has been an historic, successful, incredible Hall of Fame head coach, college football, Nick Saban. But I think the dynasty is over. There's no question Georgia has surpassed Alabama. I believe LSU has surpassed Alabama. I think there's another couple schools hot on Alabama's heels. I think Alabama's going to drop to at least number 3, probably number 4 in the SEC. I really think that. This Tyler Buckner move, Tommy Reese move to Alabama, I really believe Saban missed on Jalen Milroe, and he might have missed on Ty Simpson. Milroe is probably going to hit the transfer portal. I cannot imagine him staying around. Simpson, I would, if I'm guessing, which I am, I think he would stick around there. But they struggled. They struggled against a great Alabama defense in the spring football games. But Buckner's been struggling since the day he got on campus at Notre Dame, to be honest with you. And so has Tommy Reese as an offensive coordinator. Give me your thoughts and comments. Tell me how wrong I am. I am very, very cold on Alabama now. Colder than ever going into the 2023 season. I know it's crazy for me to say this. I'm absolutely crazy. Or I'm crazy like a fox. You let me know. But Alabama, dynasty, I think it's over. Until next time. From all of us at PATC, to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.